It's pretty boring, isn't it? This existence. Might as well not take beer off the table. The dead don't die, the heart still beats. You can try, but the dead don't die. Knock me down, 6 feet deep. One more round, no reprieve. Lost, kill me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. I think everyone's a little scared of what's next. Live or die. Live or die.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
Don't die.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets. On the visitor's sideline, Mike McDaniel, head coach of the Dolphins. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys also fell in their opener a week ago, so we got a couple of teams here desperately trying to avoid that 0-2 start. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 20. Iloa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workman-like in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Up the middle, Achane. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. You see the numbers on the ground a week ago for Achane. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
They set up the screen. Achane has it. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Jermaine Johnson drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over first and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
And I can't imagine that week one was anything except a whirlwind for this young man. A few bright spots in the opener, but as expected, a few rookie mistakes as well. Let's find out if he learned from it and will show some progress and improvement starting here in week 2.
It's second and 21 at the 38-yard line.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. They'll give to Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any of
and the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And now that brings up fourth down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And this returnable for Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it first and 10 at their own 46. The drive starts with a run from Achane. He edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. When you talk about this Jets defense, right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
From the 48-yard line, here's a second and 8. Tua going to throw. Tyreek Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll take this down inside the 45. The Dolphins had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start a season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Weaver. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's now third down.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
To the right side and intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
3.5 to go, first quarter. Now Achane on 1st and 10. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So the penalty there for a block in the back.
And that's when you normally see a blocker put his hands up right away to say, no, I didn't do it. But this time, yes, you did.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Ronnie Hickman with a pick. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
65, 65.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Offense.
Backwards on the illegal block in the back.
And that's always a really tough call for the official, and I tend to give the benefit of the doubt. Remember, a block from the side is legal, but that time, they made the determination that that one did come in the back.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now.
It's 3rd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Dolphins Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Kenneth Grant coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
A gain of 15. And the Dolphins first down.
A run straight ahead with Achane. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Achane. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half, as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run. Achane. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Again, it's Achane. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Wilson on the keeper. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Zach Wilson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Dolphins take a chance. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, now how about this return? And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Paul want to give up the middle. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back! 18 Cardinal. Let go!
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw. Weaver over the middle, and that's to Taylor, the tight end. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Come on, come on.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit Pater, but they're going to go for it. Off play action. Weaver. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, Charles, certainly circle that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on football.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Here's Wilson. He'll try and do this himself. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Wilson. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. So that potentially an important takeaway here in the 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go!
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Dolphins' 35-yard line.
He'll keep it himself. And he'll go down at the 28. He has enough for the 1st down, and the keeper a gain of 6. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0.
Ready? Go!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
This is all about testing a defense at different levels. Both the tight end and the receiver outside are going to run matching dig routes at varying depths down the field. This gives your quarterback options. He decides to go with it.
And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Tyrell Dodson from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Weaver. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Kenneth Grant. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination.
Ready, go. Ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got him in. It's Brown. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, this from 39. Sly able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Washington. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
24-yard gain on the play.
Now Wilson. Quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. Seconds to go in the half. Here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this one is right through. And the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And they trail here to begin the 2nd half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and we're still talking about if you have 3, 4, 5. You know, it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Operating from the gun, Weaver. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Get it. 19 targets.
A handoff for Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Let's go now.
2nd and 5. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup. That's good for a Jets first down. Here's a give to Hall. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Ready? Let Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Well, they'll run it here on the Jets sweep. Oh, and this one, they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Come on. Set. Ready.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on 3rd down. Weaver. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
18 Cardinals. Let's go.
A give running right is Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down. Weaver. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. On the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Looking to put a drive together. Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
2nd down and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Achane here, they stay on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 60 by.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Complete. This is Mitchell. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
First and 10 at the 38.
Now Hall. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
A gain of 4. It's now a 2nd and 6 at the 47.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Ready? Panther 60. Panther 60.
Operating from the gun. Weaver. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Ready?
Off play action. Weaver. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyrell Dodson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
13 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First down, Dolphins.
Here's Wilson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Will McDonald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. To throw is Wilson. Short throw caught by Dosich. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll give this to Achane. And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Achane. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now Wilson wants a different look. Wilson now, operating from the gun. Under pressure, they got him again. DJ Waddle. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. The Dolphins on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be third and forever. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive. Manner. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Pat! Bronco 80. Ready, ready. Hut. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
In the yard at the Dolphins' 47-yard line.
Ready.
Back to throw. Weaver. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And hang on here. We've got an injured player, and that's the running back, Breece Hall.
Ready, ready. Hut. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
From the gun on third down. Weaver. It's caught. Mitchell. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Looking to throw. Weaver. Caught. It's Wilson. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's another Jets. First down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Back to throw. Weaver. And check down complete to Hall. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Now 2nd and 5.
At the 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
5 brings up 2nd.
They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
On the jump.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Pat to 60. Pat to 60.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Sly able to put this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Miami set to take over. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
145 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
First down, Miami.
Up the middle, Achane. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Achane. And nowhere for him to go again. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now it's Wilson. He'll try and do this himself. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. The New York set to take the field. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice game. Got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They come up now on 2nd and 2.
18 Cardinal.
Operating from the gun. Weaver. There's Hall bringing in another one. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Ready?
They come up with 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning to work with. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass complete. It's likely. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Back to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Arian Smith, 36 yards. And the Jets have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, 4th quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem phased one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So down only 2 now, still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock. Now let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. The chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. They're able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. A give up the middle to right. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Wilson to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and that will keep this a 2-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
That's caught by Wilson. Here's a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Here we go. This is 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
And out come the Dolphins now. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them.
To watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Dolphins, after the home loss, they rebound with a good road win to get back to 500. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2.
Lord, how I gave my parents fits. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Daddy took me home when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Son of a gun, pay for all I done. That's where they'll get upset, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Yeah, went for a drive. Blue lights lit up my brown eyes. I just tried to play cool. Cop said, boy, you're just a fool. Duffed and stuffed me in the trunk. Next time I won't get so. Son of a gun, pay for all I done. Swear they'll get upset, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Had a load of fun on my parents' couch, trying to figure out what love's about. Mom came busting through that door. What? No more. Kick that girl out in the street. Next time I'll be more discreet. Why, son of a gun, pay for all I done. Will they get upset, 'cause I ain't done just yet.
time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going. The women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry, that's always on. I know the storm is coming. My pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower. Call up my homies, it's on and popping the night cause it's meant to be ours. We keep a fadeaway shot cause we ballin' this platinum every hour. Look mama, ow, you just like the flowers. Girl, you the truth with all that goodies powers.
We're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
Mm.